Hello, all of you out there. Today is Tuesday, the 31st of October, and I'm not very good at this. I'm not a professional. More of a writer, but I would like to comment on what I just saw in the news, namely the Israeli delegate to the United Nations pinning on a Star of David and posturing as a Holocaust victim in response to the world's reaction to what Israel is doing. I just want to read what I wrote this morning on Facebook because I think it's important for all of us to understand what this gesture by the State of Israel actually means. The use of the Star of David is the last straw. As a Jew, an Israeli passport holder, and the son of victims of the Holocaust, I call on everyone to reject the State of Israel's posing as the victims of the Holocaust to justify their complete disrespect for the United Nations, for the head of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, for the international agreements on human rights and the demarcation of the Palestinian state. And by the way, all these international agreements were arrived at precisely as a reaction to the genocide of Jews during the Second World War. They are using these symbols to justify their war crimes, which cannot be justified by any crimes committed by Hamas or the Palestinians of Gaza, who have been utterly powerless and totally oppressed with the help of the West, particularly the USA. The abuse which I witnessed this morning of the Star of David as a reference to the crimes of Nazi Germany is an abuse of power because the memory of the Holocaust and the guilt feelings about it in the past led to the West ignoring the misbehavior of the Israeli state and forsaking their duty, which falls within the ambit of the United Nations, to protect all human beings, regardless of nationality, race, religion, gender, etc. The UN has to declare itself morally bankrupt as long as it allows the US or any other representative body to sabotage the dual causes of peace and justice. Without a functioning and effective United Nations, the people of this world will live in continual threat of war and oppression. For too long, the belligerence of the US, Israel, and other countries has been tolerated in the United Nations while only outwardly condemning abuses in a watered-down language that leaves ambivalence about the neutrality of the UN and demonstrates that it is, in effect, a powerless institution. Since World War II, numerous wars and genocides have occurred under the auspices of the United Nations, often with their troops present, and often without outright condemnation. Either we give up completely on the entire undertaking, or we need to begin to take the UN seriously as possibly the only assembly on this planet wielding the moral power to police nations, free of the self-interest of certain advantaged states who also happen to generate huge profits for military and pharmaceutical industries, for wealthy and powerful elites. The spectacle of the Israeli representative to the United Nations pinning on a yellow Star of David to his lapel and expecting everyone to kneel down and worship the Holocaust is, frankly, sickening. It is a direct desecration of the memory and dignity of those who died in the Holocaust, who I am fairly certain would not have wished others to suffer and die as they did. More so, because the actions of the State of Israel threaten the safety of Israeli Jews and Jews of the international community, many of whom are turning their backs on the Israeli Zionist project for precisely the reasons I just mentioned. Indeed, many Israelis also reject these actions, and many have opted to leave Israel because they see no hope for peace. The United Nations is the body that first recognized the State of Israel, and it had at that time secured an agreement without which the future of the State of Israel could not be guaranteed: the creation of a Palestinian state. That intention was never realized because Israel and the USA have sabotaged it consistently, as they are doing now. We, humanity, must be able to seek solutions outside the box. The de facto annexation of the West Bank and Gaza Strip that has occurred due to the manner in which Israel has sabotaged the creation of a Palestinian state and remains the sole power over the lives and destinies of millions of Palestinians should cause us to reflect on the concept of statehood, and especially on the concept of a Jewish state, i.e., a state that is either racially pure, as the Germans might have liked, or in which or in which Jews form a superior class over and above Palestinians, as white South Africans might have done over black people. And Jews will then form a superior class over and above Palestinians, Druze, Bedouins, Palestinian Christians, Samaritans, etc. And this racism, this superiority, this extreme class disparity also affects Jews living in Israel if they have a different color or a different background, or if they are recent migrants, or if they happen to disagree with policies of the Israeli state. The concept of Israel as a Jewish state cannot but entail inequality and oppression, and should therefore have been rejected outright by the UN. It still can be.